Ben Carson went on the Christian Broadcasting Network for an interview, and he was asked if God is telling him to run for president.
And how is that conversation going with God about this potential presidential run? Has he grabbed you by the collar yet? I read an article about that.
I feel fingers, but it's mostly me. I have to be sure.
Okay, first of all, host boy, it's called Cottonmouth. Drink some water, fuckhead. I mean, it was such bad Cottonmouth, it sounded like somebody was having sex. It was like squishiness all up in your face. It was nasty. But that's a side note. Secondly, where exactly are God's fingers touching you, Ben? That's only the easiest joke that everybody thought of when they first heard him say that. You're feeling God's fingers on you, in your anus, or on your dick. Which is it? It's clearly not on, like, your shin, in some place that's not entertaining. But see, this is, on a serious note, okay, God is talking to you about running. God is talking to you. See, this isn't the first time that God supposedly told a Republican that they're special. Michelle Bachmann famously said that God told her to run. And then we have these examples as well.
And then this just entire organic buildup of people who basically said, for whatever reason, we're not comfortable with the host of people who have come forward to say they want to be the next president of the United States. And we look at your record, we look at you, and we want you to do this. And it's been an incredible outpouring. And I can tell you that has given me the calmness in my soul that God sends messages through a lot of ways and through a lot of messengers.
He's going to win. Romney will win the election.
You believe that?
I absolutely believe
What makes you believe that?
Because the Lord told me.
Well, that's why I'm glad to know. I wasn't sure how you knew. Really, the Lord said that to you?
Yeah, absolutely. I told Mitt a long time ago. I told him, I said, listen, I've been in prayer. Number one, you're going to win the nomination. Number two, you're going to win the general election.
God is wrong a lot. See, here's what this boils down to. Either Republicans are just bigger panderers where they tell everybody, God is on my side, and they're making their crazy conservative Christian base go, yes, God is on his side. So either they're big-time panderers or they're schizophrenics, where they hear voices in their head and they think it's really God telling them to run for office. It's one of the two. It has to be one of the two. Those are the only two options. Either they're bigger panderers or they're schizophrenic. So they're either lying and they're just pandering, or they're crazy and they really hear God telling them X, Y, and Z. And there's been so many. If I'm not mistaken, I think Rick Santorum did it as well, right? I'm not sure on that one, but we know, because you heard it right there, Rick Perry, we know Michelle Bachmann did it. We know Pat Robertson said it about Mitt Romney. And now we have Ben Carson saying he feels God's fingers beating him off. Telling him to run for president. So it's so silly. I think what this speaks to is the seriousness of the Republican Party. How I've said this time and time again, we don't have two legitimate parties in the United States of America that just have opposing opinions. Understand, I'm not an unreasonable guy in the sense that if you disagree with me, you're automatically stupid. Of course not. There are plenty of hardcore libertarians that I disagree with them on 60% of the issues, but I respect them and we can have a conversation. We can have a real discussion. But with the Republican Party, your mainstream Republicans today, your establishment Republicans, the majority of the party, they're just not serious. They're talking about God. Bill Maher had the greatest line about this a while ago. He said we have one political party that's just perfect for Wall Street and big business and the pharmaceutical companies and the lobbyists. That's the Democrats. And we have another party that's full of flat earthers, religious lunatics, and Civil War reenactors. That's the Republicans. That's exactly right the way he described it, except I would add, not only are the Republicans the religious zealots, Civil War reenactors, yada yada, but they're also 100% sold out to the corporations as well. So they have the worst of both worlds.